I'm like, oh my goodness sake, I'm so like I'm screaming, like I was so excited. And then I call the person, and me on the phone is like, hi, I just want to say super, like, thank you so much for what you just did. I really appreciate it. Like, it means the world to me. But on the inside, I'm like, oh my goodness sake, oh my goodness sake.
What is up, everybody? Welcome to Growing with Me, where real is our norm and growth is our goal. My name is Marangi Faith, and I'm going to be your host for this channel. And so today we have a guest. So I know her from class, y'all. We know each other from group work.
Nothing deep.
Nothing deep like that. Like, I have no relation to you.
I'm just kidding. Like, she's my friend. She's my friend.
So this is... Okay, my friend, introduce yourself.
Me. What did I say about myself? Hi guys. My name is Dando Dube. I am 20 from KZN, studying at Tux, doing a BSc in Actuarial and Financial Mathematics. But yeah, I'm so happy to be here. I don't know what happens here, so I'm pretty nervous. But let's see what happens.
Alright guys, so what we're going to be talking about today is something that has been itching in me for a while. And she does it a lot. That's why I brought her onto the channel, so she can speak to the masses of y'all that are exactly like her. Okay? So what we're going to be talking about is our generation and their fear of showing emotions. Do you want to start or should I start?
I think you should start, friend.
Okay, guys, so the reason this has been bothering so much is because I'm a very expressive person, okay? Like, I don't know if you can tell, but I'm very expressive, and I'm like, I wouldn't say I'm loud, but I'm expressive of my emotions.
Whereas, like, me on the other hand, it's like, I have to know you for, like, super long. And even when I know you for, like, a long time, I'm still not big on, like, showing my emotions to the max. Like, it's just, like, it's not one of my strengths.
But I think, okay, like, the first time you showed me a vulnerable side was close to exams of first year.
First year.
Yeah. But, you know, I think in that context it's understandable because, you know, you're meeting new people and whatnot. So, you say it's, like, very difficult for you to show your emotions or to be vulnerable with people.
Yeah, like, it is.
Which is understandable if you meet, like, strange human beings.
For me, it's not even just about, like, strange human beings. I can literally meet a person and we could know each other for a very long time, and there's still parts about me or, like, things about me that they don't know. And the reason is I'm just, like, always so scared to, like, open up 100% to people. And then they, like, think it's too much. Or one day, like, they're here and then the next they aren't. So it's like, I need to tell them enough. And yeah.
Okay,
like,
but it's going to be too much for who? For you or the other person?
For them. Like, I'm always so scared, like, what if they don't want to know me like that? Whether the person is a friend or whether the person's, like, someone who might be pursuing something romantically with me. I'm always just like, you know, what if they consider that, like, too much baggage, like me telling them everything about myself.
Okay, but won't they have to know, like, eventually?
Yeah, eventually, but for me it's like, I need to know what your intentions are exactly in my life, and whether, like, you're in it for the long haul or not. And it's only then that I'll actually get a bit super comfortable and start opening up. But if I don't know, like, where you stand or how long you're going to be around, and that's actually, you can never know how long
you can never know.
But yeah,
I can be here today and gone tomorrow.
Damn, friend, don't say it like that.
No, but it's the truth.
That's the truth, yes.
Okay, can I tell you my side of things? I am often, like, fearful that people will be like, oh no, Ray, he's too much, too enthusiastic, too, like, you know,
yeah,
and like, and I am really, guys, I'm a lot, but it's like, I don't now want to suppress parts of myself because I'm scared of how that'll make you feel. Because then I feel like I'm losing a part of myself. And I feel like if you really want to be with me, and if you're here to stay, you're going to have to accept those parts of me in any case.
Yeah. But you see, I think, like, you think that way, but for me, the reason I can be so stolid at times is because there've been several times where, like, I've opened up to either someone who was a friend or someone I had a romantic interest in, someone that I really trusted, only for them to like back out and, like, leave the relationship, whether it be a friendship or anything that was romantic, or they just ghost me, or it's like I tell them things that are super personal and things that, like, I never tell anyone. I want to trust them with that information, and they use it against me. And so I'm just at a point where I'm like, I need to be able to see that, like, you're here for the next 5 years or whatnot, and I can tell you things that no one knows about me. But if I don't know where you're going to be tomorrow or in a year's time, I don't want to trust you with such information when you're not around anymore. Because like opening up is such a big deal to me, and it's like I'm spilling out my heart to you. I don't want to have to do it 50 million times. I want to do it to that, like to those handful of people who I know. Okay, you know, these are my 4 lifers, or like I see something here.
And okay, that reminds me of the scripture that says, guard your heart above all else, because everything you do flows from it.
Yes.
But
I got too much. Hey, nah, be there.
Guys, Thunder has like a lock, and then there's like a metal door.
You know the proportion dolls, how you open and you take one out, and then it's...
Nah, it took me a while to figure you out.
It takes me a while to figure me out.
Sheesh, friend. Okay, but don't you think that like that's something that is healing? Because what if now you meet this incredible human being such as myself, and now you're closed off, and I'm trying to get to know you, like on a personal level, and I feel like you're shutting me out, which means you're probably not interested. But in actual fact, you are.
The thing is, that happens so many times with me.
So I'm just gonna be like, hey, Thunder don't want me, y'all. So I'm just gonna give up and go on to the next chick. And now you're bitter because you're like, I thought we had something, but when really it's you who's giving me mixed signals because you don't know how to, I don't know, communicate or open up.
That's true.
Or show your emotions, guys. I've witnessed instances. This was so shocking to me. When Dan was like jumping for joy, like I can tell this is something that will make her really happy.
No, let's actually say the actual story, just not mention names.
Okay.
But there was this person there, and this person had done something for me, and it like, I won't lie, like what they did meant the whole world to me. Like it meant so much. And I was on my phone chatting to this person, and he's telling me like, yo, this is gonna happen and whatnot. And I was with Morangi. And look at me calling him Morangi.
That's not my name.
That's not her name. Her name was Morangi. But yeah.
You must say it with a bit of accent.
They say it? Morangi, yes. But no, this one, side note, when she first came to tag, she was like, hi guys, my name's Morangi. And
when
then a year later,
came to tags,
she's telling people, hi, my name's Morangi. So I'm like, did I not get the name? But yeah, going back to the story, but there was this one person, like, this person had done something super, super special for me. And I was chatting to Morangi. I'm just kidding, to Morangi. Morangi was there. And I'm on the phone. I'm like, oh my goodness sake, I'm screaming. Like, I was so excited. And then I call the person. And me on the phone is like, hi, I just want to say super, like, thank you so much for what you just did. I really appreciate it. Like, it means the world to me. But on the inside, I'm like, oh my goodness sake, oh my goodness sake. And then I remember I got off the phone, and Murangi's like, why were you so startled?
No, guys, I was shook. My face was like, what just happened?
And she's like,
because when you were talking to me, you were like ecstatic about this thing, and now you talk to the other person, and her voice was so monotone. Like there was no emotion whatsoever. It was just like, hi, thank you for what you did for me, and I really appreciate it. And I was like, if you're telling me that, I wouldn't believe it.
Yes, like, but the thing is, like, it meant the world to me. I just didn't want to, like, I don't know, but like a certain part of me is just super scared of sometimes like showing people that I care 100%.
But why?
Because when I've cared for people, they've let me down.
But what if this person don't let you down?
But that's it. Like, I know they won't, but it's also just like, it's just my defense mechanism.
Yo, guys,
just
that's like, a chat.
It's my defense, like, it stems from
that's a
disappointment as a child, like disappointments in friendships, and you just get to a point where you're like, the best thing you can do for yourself is just keep everyone at an arm's distance. So yeah.
Yo, that's a lot. That is a lot, friend. Can I read this thing?
Yes, please.
Out of, guys, this is TD Jake's Crushing. I recommend it 100%. So I read this a while back, early on in the year, and this part that I read was like,
let's see.
Okay, and it says, it is page 86. And it says, if our emotions are given to us by our Creator, they must be modeled after His own emotions. After all, we know that God laughs, He experiences joy, sorrow, and anger. The only difference between His emotions and ours that we can fully understand is that His are pure and haven't been corrupted by the stain of sin. So when I read this, I thought my expression of my emotions was like, yo, it's a bit much for some people, you know, and no one really wants to see that. But if they're modeled after my Creator's emotions, Like my joy is modeled after his joy. My frustration is modeled after his frustration. Even though mine is stained by sin because of the fall, it's still emotions that he gave me. So there's no point in me suppressing what he gave me.
Wow.
And so I get what you're saying, like 100%. But we as human beings need to heal. And things were all a little bit broken.
Yeah,
I had to heal from things. Because guys, you know how I started smiling? This is actually so funny. I always tell the story. The way I started smiling is because people in primary school were like, Marangi, your lips are too big. And so I was like, if I smile, then they're a bit stretched out, so you can't see. You can't see that my lips are big. And so
you have such nice lips. You do.
Okay, now I love and accept.
I love you.
But back then, bro, when my frame was like this small and I had lips the size of my forehead, dude, it was like my face. They grew into my face. And back then, they were like, you know, astronomical.
Oh
and so the other kids would tease me about it. So I was like, you know what? If I just smile all the time, then kids won't see that. Okay, my lips are actually pretty gigantuous. And so, you know, eventually, you know how science say if you give your best smile, then you'll eventually become happy. It releases some endorphins or something. So, you know, it just became a part of me, and I actually smile because, like, I want to. But that's not the point.
I think I need to smile more then. I always have a resting face. Like, you can literally see me, and the thing is, even this one knows like a lot of people, and you'll see people, and I want to say hi, and the person will be like hi, and I'll be like hi.
And guys, that was
But
scary.
on the inside, I'm like, oh my goodness. And then I walk away, I'm like, oh my goodness, I was such a lovely person, like lovely meeting them. They seem like such a fantastic person. But when I talk to them, I'm like, yeah.
I'm afraid.
I need to smile.
You need to show more emotion, I feel like.
Yes, I need to show more emotion, but I can't just show emotion for the sake of emotion.
Yeah.
I think there's certain things, like a whole lot of things that I thought I'd healed from, that I hadn't fully healed from. And the reason I say that is because I think when I healed from certain like past traumas, one of the things that I needed to learn for myself was how to love myself. And I'm at a point where I've learned how to love myself, and I do that wonderfully. And I'm super proud. But with that, I think my mistake in that initial healing process was thinking that once you're fully healed, you just need to learn how to do everything alone. And so I learned how to be super good at loving myself and being independent. But I'd never learned how to let other people love me. And so like I can always care for people, but I just struggle. I struggle to allow them to care for me. Like it just doesn't make sense. Like you want to care for me? No, you know, like I'm just that kind of a person. And I think maybe I need to realize that it's not a weakness to show emotions.
It's not.
It's not
but
a
things
weakness.
this generation has made us believe that it is.
Yeah, ne? Yo.
I feel like, you know, everyone can hide emotion. That's like easy.
No.
But it's being gentle in a cruel and crooked world. That is bravery. That is bravery.
That's true.
You know, even Philippians chapter 4 verse, I think it's 5. And it says, let your gentleness be evident to all. So, I think...
I need to go read that. I need to go meditate over that scripture.
You need to. Yeah. So, I think that's the harder thing to do, to show your gentleness. And you know, how God is love. God is
patient.
Yeah, He's all these things. And it's all these attributes that we need to show to people without seeing that as weakness. Because society has indoctrinated us to think that, okay, you know, showing gentleness and showing love, showing care to people, like that means you're gullible and naive. And
the thing is, that's what I think.
But it's not.
Wow.
But you know, not to say that you should be a complete walkover. Even with that, you must be like, you know,
you need to find, like, you have to have a balance, have a backbone, but also show emotion. I think I've got more of the backbone.
You have the backbone for the both of us.
And now I need to get some emotion. I need to take that away.
I think I do pretty well for backbone.
Yeah, but I'm saying I need to take some of the.
Yeah, you can have
take some of it. Because, like, I need it.
Without dragging this video much longer, we're gonna end it here. Let us know if you guys want a part 2 on our society or our generation and their fear of showing emotion. But y'all, this is it for today's video. Up and out.